All right. What is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome in. We've got $108,300. Quite a dip. This is the 5 minute. This is the 1 minute. That's what we got. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the live stream. Smash up those likes as you are coming in. Welcome on in. Is there any reason why we're dropping? Well, we're going to be taking a look at that. We're definitely going to be taking a look at that. I'm sure we'll find out during this stream. Trump left. Oh. It looks like it's the meeting, of course. So, this is still live. Let's go onto Twitter as well. It won't let me like it for some reason. Oh, that's all good, man. Thanks for trying. I appreciate it. Definitely do smash them up, though, as you do come in, ladies and gents. Thank you all very much. Did they have a dirty handshake? I need to see this. How'd this handshake go? Really? This is not too bad. Is it the fact that Trump leaned in a little bit? We're supposed to be ridiculing their handshakes. Yeah, this I can see. That she just ignored him. Hardly acknowledged his existence. Why? Trump requested immediate nuclear test? Yeah, but that was just, you know, chatting shit, wasn't it? So, welcome to the live stream, everyone. We're just taking a look at this dump here. Let's bring it back to the charts because we are getting a bounce right now. So this is Bitcoin on the 1 hour time frame, and this is Bitcoin on the 1 minute time frame. So we are seeing a little bit of a bounce right now. Continuation down. Obviously, yesterday we didn't quite hit support at 107, but today we more or less have. So that's happening here. What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome to the stream. Smash up those likes. Smash them up, smash them up. 50 minimum. You already know the deal. What's up? Someone said to check the White House YouTube. Interesting. Interesting. What's on the White House YouTube? What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome to the stream today. How are we all doing? Where in the world are we watching from today? But bro, the pump is just right around the corner. Been hearing this BS for 10 fucking months. Dude, it's been pumping for 10 months. What are you talking about, man? We got Vegas, South Korea. Alright, I'm on their page, and there's really nothing that looks concerning here. Let's go back to the charts here. So we'll just take a look at kind of how this is going. Break down this price action. Welcome into the stream, everyone. Smash them up. 25 away from 50 likes. If you haven't already, smash those likes up. South Korea, California, Houston, South Africa, Virginia, Reno, Santa Clarita, Vancouver, LA, Mexico, Argentina. It's been $100 to $120,000 range for 10 months. Well, you're cherry-picking data. Okay? Who are you? Jamie Holmes. You're cherry-picking data. We're up 712% from the lows. It's been 1,000 days. That is not fucking bad, mate. That is like, on average, every 100 days, you're up 70%. I probably completely fucked that math up. But you get my point. It's a decent gain every month if you split it up. Right? If you just weren't a bitch while the prices were dropping a little bit, minus 33%. I'm not saying you're the bitch here, Jamie, but many people were. Let's be honest, we remember that. Minus 32%, twice in a row. It was too unpredictable for most people in crypto, wasn't it, ladies and gents? Smash those likes up, closing in on 50. Thank you all very much for tuning in with us today. I think it's pretty straightforward, dude. I think it's pretty straightforward. Here's Bitcoin's recovery coming off that $108,000 level. Right now sitting at 109,300. There you go, Jamie. You know what I'm saying, bro. You know what I'm saying, dude. I know you know, brother. I know you know. But it is the worst October? Yeah, sure. It's a bad October. But why are we so worried about seasonal analysis? Why are we so worried about October is usually bullish, or November is usually bullish, or and so on and so forth? We're a little bit more sophisticated than that, right? Kaleidoscope Soul says, at work right now, got notifications of all my coins dumping. Yeah, dude. There is a little bit of a dump. We'll keep the DGen cam on the right-hand side over here, but let's take a look at crypto. So, Solana USD forgot to dump. Solana literally forgot to dump, and as a result, it's gaining against Bitcoin a tiny bit here. Ethereum also gaining against Bitcoin because it forgot to dump. Cardano hanging out, didn't break any support levels. Cardano BTC hanging out. XRP dropping a little bit because it was stronger earlier on yesterday. That makes sense. BTC unaffected. Binance Coin in its own trend. That's Binance Coin BTC though. This is the USD. They're both in their own trend. Nothing to say. Dogecoin's pretty fucked. But it's been fucked. Didn't get specifically, you know, worse today necessarily. Vanilla Funk wants a bag at 75k. Well, you might get that, dude. You might get that. I don't know. I don't think you will. But good luck. Good luck. I'd love to buy 75k again, to be honest. No, I wouldn't actually. But 109.1. We are tumbling down a little bit right here. This is actually being reflected in the futures markets for the S&P 500. We take a look at this on the minute time frame. We got two DGen time frames here now for you guys. Just so that, you know, in case you wanted another dose of proof that Bitcoin has no free will in these markets. You know, in case you wanted another reminder, I'm happy to offer that to you. So, the minute that Bitcoin started to reverse, and the same exact minute on the S&P 500. So, Bitcoin starts pumping, S&P starts pumping 2 minutes later. Or 6 minutes prior, whatever you want to think about. However you want to see it. 2 away from 50, ladies and gents. Thank you very much. Welcome on into the stream, everyone. If you haven't already watched, if you haven't already smashed them up, then definitely smash those likes up. Greetings from Peru, Miami Beach, Idaho, Hawaii, Argentina. What's going on, guys? Welcome on into the stream. Saudi Arabia. What's going on? Did we fill up some CME gaps? Probably, dude. We probably did. Jamie says, I've been holding since $40,000. Good entry. But the price action has been brutal. I get why everyone is bitching. Well, I don't. I don't. You said it yourself. The price action has been brutal. Full stop. What else do you need to say, dude? No, I'm serious. Like, what else can you say about it? The price action is brutal. Okay. We're in crypto. We knew that. We knew it would be brutal. How could you not? Do you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. Everyone's bitching because everyone's shitcoin bags are not doing well. Well, you know, being positioned, you know, altcoin. I mean, this is something that we were talking about for a long time leading into this. Those of you that were around are going to remember this very, very well. This is something I did not stop talking about. I was telling you guys, holding altcoins, it was the wrong time to be doing that over the last few years. I only started buying altcoins a few months ago. I only started. Like, for the first time since, like, 2021. That's the first time in 4 years, if you're not keeping count. So, you know, it takes a little bit of, like, intuition. It's not even intuition, just methodology to know, you know, when you want to start picking up altcoins. Because it's not like you just fucking pick the thing that's going to make you, you know, more money than Bitcoin. You got to time that shit right. Everybody thinks about the upside. They don't think about the downside when they get into things. They don't think about what happens when it goes wrong. How much worse can it get? Where would they be willing to just cut their losses? People don't think about that shit, do they? Because if you did, you couldn't be in a bad position right now. And, you know, truthfully, there is no, like, nice thing you can hear about it. There's no, like, nice thing that you can be told about it. You need a fundamental, like, reshaping of how you approach the markets, if that's you. Why do I think Solana is not dumping as hard? It's a stronger altcoin, dude. It's a stronger altcoin. A lot of altcoins aren't dumping as hard. Bitcoin dominance is dumping. This is Bitcoin dominance. This is just a Bitcoin thing, which is even more reason for me to be optimistic about this, because, I mean, if the really illiquid coins, if the scary coins, if the risky coins are sitting completely fine, more or less, compared to Bitcoin, then clearly this is more of an isolated thing. Now, if Bitcoin slides lower, it's probably going to start dragging altcoins with it, but we're still not coloring this in, you know, in a particularly scary way right now. If this was truly one of those dumps that makes you, I'm on a treadmill, dude. I'm just walking on a treadmill. You know, if this truly is one of those situations here where, you know, market is going to dump quite a bit more, at that point, you definitely might start seeing altcoins catch up. But as it is right now, we just tagged support. We tagged support. And honestly, we need to get a little bit deeper down into why this is actually happening as well. I think that's a big thing. But it also doesn't matter as much. That's why I'm not rushing into it. We can take our time with it. Big break in a whale opens a $275 million long position. It's a good level to be going long. I think a lot of traders are going to be considering going long off this level. I can understand why. You thought I was tweaking for a second? A lot of people do, bro. Bless them. I'd be the most well put together, eloquent tweaker with a hoodie on, wouldn't I? I guess the hoodie doesn't help, to be fair. Alright, here's the futures on the 4 hour, and it's just kind of consolidating here for the S&P 500. Bitcoin obviously is having troubles getting it up, but the S&P is doing okay. So let's put Bitcoin back up here on a larger time frame. Alright. Is Cardano going to make it this cycle? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Who's going to make it this cycle, dude? Who's going to make it? I don't know. I have a holding of Cardano. I like Cardano. I think Cardano's a good coin. But, you know, you need broad strength. You need a lot of broad strength in the market for that to really make sense. Am I buying anything right now, or am I waiting for Bitcoin to hit certain levels? I'm not personally buying anything right now. There's nothing that I'm particularly interested in, to be honest, that I think has dropped low enough to start buying. You know, and I've kind of already bought. I bought a good amount. I mean, to be honest, I'd like to buy more, but if I don't think I'd be upset about it. So, you know, I'm just kind of keeping an open mind here. If I see reason to buy, I definitely will. We need a 4Flies coin? Dude, imagine. Imagine. What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome on into the live stream. 285 viewers. Smash up those likes. We're 30 likes away from 100. We're only 30 likes away from 100. Thank you all very much for the support so far. I really do appreciate it. What happened with this China meeting? Yeah, let's go. Let's take a look at some of that gossip on the timelines. Obviously, we were looking at this handshake between Trump and Xi, and I don't know. They do this meeting, and then Trump says he's testing his nuclear missiles, and everyone's losing their mind again. Again. Yeah, the hoodie doesn't help. I saw some dude last night at a gas station wearing a hoodie, digging used cigarettes out of a cigarette waste container. He was down bad. Must have invested in Dogecoin. Oh shit, dude. That's hilarious. Whoa. Let's scroll past that for the algorithm. Twitter timeline's been lit lately, ladies and gents. I don't know if you guys have been have been paying attention lately. Why is there so much of this stuff on my timeline? This is my trading list. But nothing particularly interesting going on, to be honest. Let's go back to the Bloomberg page. Let's take a look at the actual article here. So, what we got? So, Trump also says there was a discussion about Ukraine, but that oil wasn't discussed in that context. Okay. Probably need some more context here. There's less clarity on what's happening with NVIDIA chips exports, with Trump saying the US will speak more on chip exports. Trump also says that Taiwan didn't come up at all. He'll go to China in April. Wow. On rare earths, Trump says no roadblock on rare earths. I think pretty soon to sign trade deal with China. I don't know who Greer is. China's not going to impose the rare earth controls. This is more of what we expected. Yep. Agreed to almost everything. Or not. Yeah, this is all the stuff that that we were kind of expecting leading up to this meeting. Trump was mentioning the chips on the White House YouTube, and then I came back to your live. How was it? Was it interesting, dude? It's actually a really bad idea to start talking nukes. Like nothing good can come from that. I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be fine. I hope. Kaleidoscope says, "I'm glad you're streaming. No other people are on right now talking about this. Hell yeah, dude! Right here with you. I wish I met you at Tone's event. You're a great dude. Well, I'll be at future events, dude. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll definitely cross paths. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Smash up those likes. We're only 17 away from 100. Smash them up. Thank you all very, very much. Trump's already left for DC. What we got? Wrapped up their highly anticipated summit after around an hour and a half, concluding talks they hoped would quell an expensive trade fight that has shaken global markets. Xi and Trump could be seen shaking hands at the end of the talks before walking out together from the meeting at an airbase in Busan, South Korea. Following the talks, Trump was scheduled to head back to Washington, where Xi was continuing on to the APEC meeting. What's an APEC meeting? I should know about that, shouldn't I? Asia Pacific Economic Committee. Did I get it right? I just made it up because these folk are so predictable. Apparently the meeting went well. Good, yeah. Are you thinking of rotating your profits from crypto into AI stocks? What do you think about the so-called AI bubble? I've already said this, dude. I think the AI bubble stuff is nonsense. Don't agree with it. Don't understand it. I mean, innovation is you know, innovation is a thing that takes a little bit of time sometimes. You know, I think for most people, they haven't seen a new version of GPT, you know, like 6 or whatever coming out for a while. So, you know, and GPT-5 was underwhelming. So people think that shit's not going on anymore. It's completely false. The space is exploding right now. The technological advancements are insane. And we're so close to seeing the manifestation of this on our streets, inside of our homes, and so on and so forth. It's already made a big difference. I think it's going to make a much bigger difference in the next few years. And if there's anything that I learned about economics, and I didn't take a fancy, you know, school degree to get here, I literally just self-educated myself. I'm blessed with common sense, I think, a little bit. And I studied from great books. I studied from great mentors. You know, as far as what I can see, innovation does help you drive through and out of essentially weak economies. You know, especially when that innovation makes the cost of living and luxuries and so on and so forth go down. Or that you get more for what you pay. You know, when it's either of those things, you are typically... I look buff, thank you. Thank you. Like I said, walking pad, dude. Walking pad. It's all in the walking pad. Asian oil. Okay. What do I think about the mine network? The FHE mine network? I don't know what that is, dude. I don't know what that is. But yeah, no, I don't think at all that we're looking at a situation here where whatever that dude said. Where was that comment? I need to get myself a treadmill for home. I spent too much time on the couch eating chips. Yeah, you gotta, honestly, you gotta stop buying that stuff. There's no way around it. When you got that shit in the house, you're gonna you're gonna succumb to it a little bit. But yeah, you know, AI bubble nonsense, I don't believe it for a second. I really just have absolutely no interest in any of those ideas. Bringing it back to the Bitcoin chart here, we are sliding down a tiny bit right now, sitting at $109,000. Like I said, this is kind of a basically a complete round trip. You know, we went all the way from here up to resistance. Now we're back down to support. If this holds, we're good. I was telling you guys I don't think it's going to hold. And I don't think that we're looking great right now. Am I listening to Bruno? No, I'm not. You'll never guess what I'm listening to, dude. You'll never guess. I'll give you a hint. It's a little duo from Birmingham, of all places. And I don't think that's going to help many people guess. But trended down a little bit here. And, you know, I mean, it's just a case of, like, how much more do we penetrate this level? If we fall down to this level a couple more times in the next 8, 12, 24 hours, that's not good, you know? But I think a big part of it is going to depend on what futures are doing. And if futures kind of hold up where they are right now, because this is a kind of, you know, this isn't even as low as this low from earlier. This probably coincides with this drop here. Yep, yeah, it does. It does. So, I mean, basically, Bitcoin is a little bit worse than the S&P 500. Take a look at this. Let me make this clear for you guys. Because probably some of you going like, what the hell is this dude talking about? I will clarify. I will clarify. Right. This is it. Right? So, take a look at this. So, we got the first low set here for the S&P 500 futures. Pretty much the same minute Bitcoin sets its low because these markets are literally tied together. But Bitcoin is a lot worse in terms of performance than the S&P 500. When the S&P initially kind of moves and corrects upward, Bitcoin does that too, even for a little bit longer. But then over here, we do start tumbling down while the S&P moves sideways. And then while the S&P aggressively moves up to make a higher high, Bitcoin doesn't. Bitcoin cannot muster that strength. It cannot get up to its equivalent higher high up here. And so it just ends up tumbling lower. That's what we see in there. Do I think Ethereum will surpass Bitcoin? In what sense? In terms of price? Probably never. In terms of market cap? Probably never. I don't think either of those things would happen. Thanks for 100 likes, ladies and gents. Really do appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. $108,800 right now. Zooming into Bitcoin, we are tumbling down a tiny bit right now. And if we come back down to this support level at about 108, that's really going to be lights out for Bitcoin at that point. That's, you know, I mean, we certainly could get another bounce, but it's just a really bad look to come down to support again. You know, I guess unless we kind of, you know, have another quick recovery, that would kind of be the exception. But yeah, I'm not so sure. I think, I mean, it does look like it is trying to find some strength. This is typically going to be a bullish pattern that breaks up. We are also on the 1 minute time frame, so I don't want to, you know, get too intimate with analyzing it. But, you know, those things are true. Beautiful short on Trop. Take a look at that in a second. James hopes it all goes to zero. Why do you hope it all goes to zero, dude? Sean says this market is becoming a joke. I mean, I get it, bro, but, you know, again, it's like I said, markets are actually holding up pretty okay overall. You know, I mean, these last months have been bad. The whole year has been underwhelming, but like I said earlier, and I'm going to point this out again, because I think I need to make this point very, very clear for those of you that I don't know, because I think a lot of people genuinely just think that, you know, well, I entered crypto X months ago, so I should be up by now. No, you fucking shouldn't, dude. Markets don't owe you anything. Never did, never will. Right? Markets don't give a shit about you, or anybody, for that matter. But we're up 700%, which is an 8 times gain. That's an 8.1 times gain. An 8.1 times gain, and it took Bitcoin 1,100 days to do it. Well, actually, to the all-time high, it was 1,070. So that is absolutely phenomenal. You know, Bitcoin did really, really well, and if anything, it just looks like it's, you know, consolidating again. Basically, it's just going slowly for a little bit, which it's done a number of times. I mean, this one lasted, you know, 7-8 months, and everybody lost their mind during this range, right? And then they did it again over here. They also, if they were around, did it on these 2 drops as well. Most people just handled this entire market cycle so badly because they don't understand the most basic things about market structure. Right? You think that you can buy some fucking meme coins, follow some traders on Twitter, you know, and do well. You need to know the basics. Sometimes your market is trending up. Sometimes you reverse that trend slowly, with a decent pace. You don't drop down too much. It doesn't last too long. Then you continue on. Sometimes you go sideways. Then you continue on. There's so many different ways that you can form these patterns. Right? Sometimes it looks a little bit like this. So the price kind of does something a little bit like that. You know, so there's tons of things that the market can do to kind of trade higher. And if we just look at this chart, it's the same thing. And obviously it's the same thing. The market just moved up and then had corrections. And then it moved up again. And if you couldn't see this, you are on the wrong side of this. You probably have a completely fundamentally incorrect way of viewing the markets. You've probably fundamentally had a very unhealthy way of viewing the markets for a very long time. But we can fix that. You can fix that. Are you close to a point where you need to make a capital preservation decision? No. Why? I can't be, dude. What do you mean? I'm not structured that way. Time to stake my shit for another 4 years. I think we'll be alright. I think we'll be alright. But this is what I'm saying, ladies and gents. It can be turned around. It can be turned around. Top of the description right here. enter.brofi.com. This is our pre-launch offer. We've just gone into pre-launch here. We've already got people inside. This is what the link looks like. We've already got people inside. We're doing our first exclusive... Well, we've already done a couple exclusive pieces inside. I've been filling them in on the other side on... By the way, take a look at some of these results from over the years. There are so many. It would be an endless scroll if I wanted to show them all. So we just picked a couple. But you guys are getting weekly lives. We're doing that tomorrow for the first one. Intimate chart breakdowns. Future trade setup discussions. I'll be outlining every trade I'm planning, every setup, every investment I'm looking at over the next days, weeks, and months. Tomorrow. In detail. I don't know how long this is going to be. It could end up being a long one. In-depth Q&A sessions. Hell yeah. I love these. Roast my chart feedback. Brilliant stuff. 5 key pillars. Something absolutely incredibly important that I've aggregated in one place, made very, very clear for you guys to pick up on. That's already inside of the BroFi certified course. Yeah. So check it out. Really, really cool stuff. It is only $100 a month right now. So this is the lowest price it's ever going to be at. This is the lowest price it's ever going to be at. And you are also going to have a price lock for a period of time, for a full year, if you do get in at this price right now. So absolutely amazing stuff. Get yourself inside right now if you are interested. We have a lot more coming, and we're going to be doing the next big update pretty soon, probably in the next couple of days. So that's going to be right at the top of the description right here. Check it out. And one of the big things is we're going to be redesigning your approach to the markets. Right? A lot of people approach these markets like absolute idiots. They have no idea what the hell they're doing. They never really bothered learning. So we're going to start by deconstructing and then reconstructing. You're going to be studying what real analysis and trading looks like. You're going to naturally develop a sense of appreciation for the game. You're not going to have anxiety and you're not going to have stress. It doesn't work that way. Then you're going to be weathering the storms. You're going to be moving through every challenge in these markets with me, right there with you, inside of that group chat. We'll be bouncing ideas off each other. We're looking at charts. Big idea comes up. We're doing an exclusive stream on it. And then, hopefully, we get to see results and some winning trades. So check that out if you are interested right there. And I want to show you guys a little bit about the global assets by market cap website here. We have gold sitting at $27.7 trillion. Nvidia sitting at $5 trillion, which apparently makes it 2 Canadas. It apparently makes it larger than the UK. That is just so crazy. Bitcoin sitting at 2.164 trillion. Silver at 2.683. Tesla sitting at 1.53 trillion. Watch Tesla. I'm very bullish on Tesla, personally. So, I'm not even sure these levels matter much when the price is so manipulated. My guess is we see 116,000 again by Monday to liquidate the shorts next. Steve, I actually completely agree with you, dude. I think that's probably quite likely to happen at this stage. Just like you're saying, it doesn't actually look like, you know, things are getting particularly realistic in terms of these price moves. It looks like we are still, like I say, just kind of waiting for, you know, traditional finance, S&P 500 to figure itself out. S&P 500 stumbled a little bit, so we stumble a little bit. It's been simple and straightforward for a while, and it's still simple and straightforward right now, ladies and gents. Haley, I cannot help you with your Trezor. I'm sorry. But Trezor has support. They have customer support. I'm pretty sure you can, like, pay them for an hour or something. And they will, like, look through your shit for you. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. How's gold doing right now? Let's take a look at gold. Gold sitting at 39.70. Yeah, it's still, you know, in that little drop from its all-time high. It's down by about 11% or something. I'm not going to help you, Ailey. Stop asking. Stop it. A bunch of really rich people got themselves a new toy and they're playing like kids in a candy store right now. What are you talking about, dude? Why are you talking so cryptic? I'm moving like this because I'm on a treadmill. That's why. Alright. Here's a timeout for you, Haley. I'm being nice. You get a timeout. That's what you would do if you were rich. So you have absolutely no reason for writing what you wrote. A cardio desk? I mean, it's just a walking pad. It's a walking treadmill under my desk. Yeah, and I'm walking on it, and it's, you know, because it's switched on. But that's really it. What are we at? Oh, already at 1.4 kilometers. That's not bad, is it? That's not bad. Good stuff here, though. Good price action. I mean, you know, we're still holding. We're still moving back up. Welcome to the stream, everyone. If you are new to the channel, make sure you are subscribed to the channel right here. Make sure you smash up the likes right here. We're already at 127. Let's see if we can hit 150. Nice and easy. Maybe even 200. Can we be ambitious for 200? Let's see. Let's see. If you guys are looking for a home to trade on, BroFi, phenomenal exchange. Bybit, best in the game. You already know the deal. 30k in bonuses when you start trading using Bybit. And more aggressive, easier bonuses on BroFi as well. But they don't go as high. Really, really cool. And BroFi, pre-launch. Check that out. Like I said, $100. Lowest it'll ever be. great to see you on the other side on our first live show tomorrow. They don't use kilometers. I like kilometers, dude. I like kilometers. Kilometers are good. What the fuck is a kilometer? Bro's coming in like that eagle. I mean, look, I grew up in the UK. I understand miles very well, you know, but kilometers, dude. Obviously, kilometers. Man said 1780 feet. But yeah, like I said, altcoins are looking pretty good. Nothing too crazy going on here. S&P basically just hanging out as well. Market looks fine. Looks like this was a little dip and it's kind of largely over here. West Country by any chance? What do you mean by that? Do we have a section of the UK called West Country that I don't know about? July says, I love kilometers, kilograms. Pounds don't make any sense. Yeah, of course. The fuck are pounds, dude? Pounds the currency, I can get behind that. But pounds a measurement unit? Like for weight? What do you mean? Devon, Cornwall, nah, I'm not from there, dude. I'm not from there, but it is beautiful. I've been there. I've been lucky enough to go there. You think if gold continues to go down, it'll make Bitcoin pump? I mean, it hasn't made Bitcoin pump so far, so no, not really. I mean, it would have made sense, but doesn't seem like it, dude. Salam from Brooklyn, New York. What's going on, Javid? Welcome to the live stream. Kilometer is the boss. I agree with you on that, dude. Pounds only makes sense if we're talking... Alright, so as far as altcoins, I think all good. Dollar, we got a question for the dollar. I didn't even look at it. That was on a previous live stream from yesterday. But, let's take a quick peek at the dollar here. Doing nothing. It's just hanging out. It's kind of started a reversal up, though. I don't see it going up. There's no way. There's no way. This shit's trending down. I think we're coming way lower. I think dollar is coming down to here or here. 93.3 or 89.7. It's the first time I'm saying it. But I'm saying it right here live on stream. Smash up those likes, ladies and gents, for 150. If the dollar does end up moving down here, which is basically Trump levels before, you know, he was ejected from office. I mean, this was... I mean, just so that we're keeping track here. This was roughly his inauguration day. And this was roughly Biden's inauguration day. So, you know, Trump came in office and basically just fucking stabbed the dollar down. And then he ran it back up. You know, this was the bull market of crypto, by the way. This big drop down for the dollar. This was... Let me show you. Because I bet so many of you don't even know this. I bet so many of you have been around for, like, a lot less time than this. But... Here is... Alright, here's Bitcoin. And as you can see, I mean, right up until... If we look at where Bitcoin peaks, this is like 3 weeks before... And that's Bitcoin, right? If we throw on total 2... Oh, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Let me delete that. Yes, and then one more time. So total 2 right here. And let's take a look at total 2 on the logarithmic. Yeah, so total 2 bottoms out here. So these are the two. So let's do it this way. So on this first yellow line, Bitcoin tops. On the second yellow line, Ethereum tops basically. And if we look at total 3, it's probably going to be a step further. Let's take a look at total 3. This is funny. Oh no, it was at the same time. Okay. Okay, it was at the same time that that total 3 also collapsed. So, you know, and that was right when the dollar bottomed, right? I mean, taking a look at where these lines are, the dollar literally bottomed like 2-3 weeks after each of these lines. So, you know, that's what, you know, a big drop in the dollar does. It enables a big run up for Bitcoin. Yes? Typically, that's kind of how that works. So, and we saw it again the next time. This was at the end of Trump's office. It was also the COVID pandemic and all that crazy shit going on. And, you know, Bitcoin just went absolutely fucking crazy. And it basically started for Bitcoin around here, which is basically around the time that the dollar topped. Right, so the dollar topped here. If I move this line, the dollar topped here. Bitcoin bottomed the week before. Bitcoin bottomed the week before. Can we see that? Dollar tops here. Bitcoin tops 1 week before. Literally. That's the only difference. Okay. Dollar tops, starts moving down, 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 down. Bitcoin goes on one of the most aggressive rallies of its life. It tops out at $37,000. And then continues on higher to $64,000 as the dollar bottoms. Bitcoin continues its rally up while the dollar moves up, but it doesn't last particularly long, and when the dollar really starts taking off, Bitcoin dies, but only until the point that the dollar has topped. And when the dollar tops, FTX collapses, so we give it another couple weeks, the dollar starts going in aggressive free fall. And from here, when the dollar starts going into aggressive free fall, Bitcoin is able to start taking position. Dollar starts entering a downtrend. It's a little bit of a bumpy downtrend, you could say. But it does start entering a downtrend. And meanwhile, Bitcoin is looking incredibly strong. Ladies and gents, if you're new to the channel, smash up those likes. You already know the deal. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you are getting all this analysis ASAP when it goes live. ASAP when it goes live. And if you want to transform how you view these markets from the ground up, if you want to be able to see this shit like I see this shit, download my brain into yours. BroFi. Enter.brofi.com right here at the top of the description. This will be your new home as a trader. And you'll get direct access to me and my proven tools and strategies that I'm using in these markets. They work for me, might not work for you, but you're going to get all of it. Absolutely all of it. And only for $100 a month. We're getting started with weekly lives, intimate chart breakdowns, future trade setup discussions, every trade I plan on taking. Get inside. We'll see you there. Good work on the dollar versus Bitcoin. Beautiful biggie of information. Hell yeah, dude. You're very, very welcome. It's so important to know. Because now, if QT is stopping, we are expecting the dollar to drop again. So that's why I'm saying this could be another big move down coming for the dollar. And the last time it happened, Bitcoin went crazy. And the time before that, Bitcoin went crazy. And then this time, Bitcoin went crazy. Even though people aren't happy with it, it did still go crazy. So, you know, with that in mind, if the dollar is going to be tumbling lower again, well, then this is a really, really good opportunity for Bitcoin to go up massively again. QT stops in December, though? Yeah, December. That's like a month away now. It's not that far away. 1.88 kilometers. Hey, that's not too bad. Solana ETF is a success. Yes, and I think Litecoin also went live. Am I'm ready for the reset. Are you ready for the reset, Doc D? You tell me. What's the reset you're talking about? I don't know, bro. I don't really think we're going through a reset. Well, I guess AI will be something like that. But it's not going to be much of a reset, is it? It's just going to be a major wealth distribution from everybody to the technocrats. That's all, really. 285 likes. I mean, viewers. But 7 likes away from 150. Smash them up if you haven't done so already. Thank you all very, very much. Much appreciated. Do I think Bitcoin is going lower? I mean, kind of looks like it right now, doesn't it? You know, just the simple fact that Bitcoin has tested this 107 level. Well, 108, really. We haven't hit 107 yet. So I guess we could be a little bit more tolerant of a drop. But, you know, it's damn near there. And I don't know. I don't think this bounce looks super strong right now. So I don't think that's great. You know? Don't think it's ideal. Have parabolic moves always happened in fear levels? I mean, yeah, to be honest. To an extent. I mean, let me try and answer your question properly here. So, the question is, and it's a really, really good question. The question is, have parabolic moves always happened to come in when fear levels are high? So in other words, do markets usually go absolutely crazy and skyrocket only when fear is at a high level? And actually, you know, and I've been through a number of market cycles. Over 8 years in the game, I've gone through like 4 market cycles here in crypto, maybe more if I'm missing one. And yeah, because what tends to happen is the market is rallying up, usually coming out of a bear market, right? And this one's funny because this bull market has been an 8 times gain from the low, but it felt like a bear market for everybody because everybody wasn't in Bitcoin. They were in shitcoins. So that's contributing to a lot of disappointment. And then, okay, let's say people get the message. A lot of people are now in Bitcoin, whatever, from 70k onwards. Not what happened, but let's just say, you know, you've now got Bitcoin severely underperforming against the S&P 500. So it's just disappointing everybody. But what it's not doing, crucially, what it's not doing is Bitcoin is not losing its market structure. Yes? Take a look at this. Bitcoin has not, despite what you want to say about it, Bitcoin has not lost its market structure. It's still trading sideways in a huge support zone. I mean, this is just sideways consolidation underneath the all-time high. We've already done this here, here, here. We did it here and it didn't work. We did it here. We're doing it again right now. Okay? Consolidating right under the highs that you're about to break. We do it so often. We do it so often. It's a very, very typical pattern that plays out in these markets. Okay, so Bitcoin hasn't lost this. So really what we have is everybody super, super, super depressed as if the market is mega bearish. Now, what are these people going to start doing? These people are going to start selling into the market because fuck this, it's not working. My friend's in stocks and he's making money in stocks or whatever. This is how the psychology plays out. This is probably how a lot of you guys feel right now. Let me know if this is how you feel. Even a little bit. You might not feel it much, maybe just a tiny bit. Let me know in the live chat if any of you guys feel this way. And it's fine to say it. No one's judging here. But, you know, that's how a lot of people are going to feel. They're going to feel like they don't want to stay in this because they've parked their money here and it's either lost or, you know, not justified the risk and the stress that they've taken. So they're going to start selling. Now, who's buying at these levels? I mean, we know that ETFs are being approved right now, consistently. Like, that it's still happening. You know, we know that that's still coming in. We know that major US banks are now taking crypto as collateral for loans. Like Chase. Chase is huge. Chase is now taking collateral for crypto for loans. Zelle is going to be using stable coins for moving money around. Zelle. You guys know what Zelle is in America. So these are things that are still coming out right now. And this is the kind of thing that precedes big price moves. Now, if that's happening to coincide with extremely high fear levels, then all I can see are impatient retail traders and retail investors simply selling into the hands of people that are more patient than them. That's all I see. We haven't even broken market structure. I'd be like, okay, if we broke market structure, then sure, you know, you can like, you know, but what does breaking market structure mean? I mean, you know, we've dropped by 32% here. Everybody that's bearish right now, times fucking 10 probably, were bearish on this 32% drop, and they just fail to understand that Bitcoin is well known to tolerate 32% price drops, 40% price drops. Bitcoin's well known to tolerate them. So why would this be scary? But it was scary for a lot of people. Then we did it again. And those same people lost their minds here too. They're just not cut out for this market, ladies and gents. Not everybody is, and that's okay. You don't have to be. You don't have to be here. Nobody's forcing you to stay in crypto. Even if you lost money, you still don't have to stay here. You don't like it, you don't stay. It's that simple, right? But 32% drops, very, very common for Bitcoin. So, you know, if Bitcoin were to pull off a 32% drop now, that puts it down to $85,000. If it does the maximum drop it's known to survive easily, that's a $75,000 Bitcoin. Are you prepared to survive that? Are you prepared to stick around if that happens? Are you prepared to weather that? Because if not, I mean, you might be one of the sad guys that sold down at these lows. Because there were tons of people that did that. Now, I'm not saying that you will be. Shit, I don't know. You might be a genius for selling right now. I might be writing this thing back down to $1,000, right? I've only been doing this for 8 years. I don't really know what I'm doing. Right? But, but, you know, 32%, you know, that's normal. That's normal in this market cycle. 20% is very normal in this market cycle. 22%, whatever. You know, so this low so far is only down by 17, 18%. 20% puts us down at about 101. 22% puts us down at about 98. These are levels that I think are realistic. I don't think that they're, you know, far-fetched, and I don't think that they're scary either. I don't think that they even imply market structure breaking. I don't. Because if falling down to 98K over here, if falling down to this level means that we've broken market structure, then doesn't... What am I doing? What am I doing? We're coming back. Right here. If we say right now that Bitcoin dropping down to 98 would break market structure, then didn't it break market structure when this dip happened? And not by a little bit. This was a minus 12% move. I mean, if you're trading any kind of, you know, breakout style rule that tells you if this is like an organic price move or not, it's always going to tell you at this point that, you know, minus 12% is too much. Minus 3% is enough. Minus 5% if you've got loose tolerance. But minus 12, you would have sold down here. At the literal bottom, the market didn't even get down that low again. I mean, you're instantly a schmuck after like 4 days. You get somewhat nearby again, but nowhere near. And then the market's off. And it doubles from there. It goes way more than double from there. You know, and I don't see how this is any different to what we're doing right now. I'm sorry, I just don't. I just don't. Let's play this forward all the way. Overlay some of this price action here. This looks so real to me. I don't want this to happen. But I don't want to be surprised by it. This is Bitcoin's language. This is how Bitcoin moves. What, just because I don't like it? Bitcoin should do something different? No. That's not how this works. And you know that. You know the markets don't revolve around you and your wishes. Don't try and fool yourself that way, ladies and gents. You're better than that. You're better than that. 109,000, 150 for BTC right here. Sitting pretty decent up at some of these local highs. If Bitcoin can get above some of these local highs right here, let's say above this level and above this wick, we're so close to getting above 109.2. If Bitcoin can get above there, it's probably going to be seeing a nice jump up toward 109.5. Getting above 109.5 probably puts Bitcoin... There's a little bit of resistance here. 109.7, 109.8. I don't think it's going to be a big problem. I think, yeah, 110.3, probably 110.2, a bigger kind of zone of contention. So we'll see how this goes, because it looks like Bitcoin might try and push the ceiling off this level right here pretty soon. So let's see how that goes here. Thank you all for smashing those likes up. We're at 155. Really do appreciate it. If you haven't already, make sure you do smash them up. If you're new to the channel, make sure, of course, that you subscribe as well. Getting time-sensitive analysis here. You want to catch it while it's live. YouTube isn't great at notifying, but if you do take yourself inside of this 𝐿 Gold Telegram channel, linked in the description, you will be able to get some more updates from us and things like that around the clock. enter.brofi.com. That's where the value is. That's where you get direct access to me to cover the markets, cover the charts, VIP live streams. Group's already up. We've got about 23 in here right now. It's still small, so definitely not crowded. Definitely not, you know, going to be difficult for us to be able to kind of communicate and things like that, which is so nice, because it won't stay like that forever. So it's nice while it's there. It's being massively manipulated by Binance and exchanges. Big money and retail isn't even selling. I don't know, dude. I don't know, dude. Look at sentiment. I mean, you're saying it's being manipulated, okay, but who's selling? Do you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. People are giving up. People are giving up. It's a very depressed time in this market. It's a really depressed point for this market. People are definitely giving up. Whew, stop the treadmill there. That was 2.4 kilometers. I was going to go for 2.5, but I was like, nah. I already told myself I was going to stop at 2 kilometers. It's not too far, to be honest. Just but we'll probably be wrapping this stream up relatively soon as well. Although, to be fair, we did just see Bitcoin break up right there, and it's already accelerating. Look at that. Look at how accurate that analysis was 2-3 minutes ago. Isn't that cool? But yeah, no reward for us today, or not right now at least. Didn't last too long. Yeah, it's just a lot of like sadness about the market going down. I don't know, guys. Like, you're in crypto. Like, you knew this could happen. You just gotta sit with it now, right? Or not. You don't have to sit with it. And I wouldn't, you know, look, I don't like Binance, by the way. Out of everybody here, I probably like Binance the least, right? I really don't like them. But, I'm not even blaming this on them. You know? I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Like, even if Binance was selling, what? Is the crypto industry that fragile? You know, that one exchange wants to sell, so it just underperforms the entire fucking stock market? I don't think so. I think Bitcoin's just going through it right now. I think Bitcoin's going through a little bit of a wealth transfer right now, from the hands of the poor to the hands of the rich. The depressing vibe is a bottom indicator. Absolutely. Nathaniel Richards, completely agree. This depressing vibe is a bottom indicator. Yes, of course. And not only is it so depressing with this vibe, we haven't broken market structure. We've only dropped by 17%. 17%. It's not much. We've only dropped by 17%. 32% drops are commonplace here. So, you know, Bitcoin can even drop by 40%. So I'm not worried. I'm just not. You can't convince me to be worried. Because it's not worrying. That's really all it is. So this is the handshake that everyone's talking about. They're doing the green lines on Trump. So I don't know. It doesn't look like there's a lot going on here on Twitter. Rate cuts, QT coming to an end, successful Trump-Xi meeting. Meanwhile, Bitcoin dumps and alts make new local lows. Or I'm tired, boss. President Trump announces that the US and China have reached a one-year trade deal on rare earths and critical minerals. In return, the US is cutting tariffs on China, and the one-year agreement will be renegotiated every year. Okay, so, you know, pretty decent outcome. I mean, I think the fact that markets are dumping right now is probably just because any anticipation is gone. But, I mean, that's standard. That's no big deal. That doesn't really mean anything or say anything. Alright guys, I'm probably going to be rounding this one off over here. Thank you all very much for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. You already know the deal. Make sure you do smash up those likes, subscribe, tick the bell, do all that good stuff. Likes right there. And then, yeah, we'll see you all in the next one. If you want to get inside of BroFi, that's right there. Top of the description, enter.brofi.com. We'll see you there. Thank you all for tuning in. Cheers.